Hey, it's Cecil, and I think this is going to be a pretty easy one to edit, so it's probably Monday. And this is not the video that I really thought that I would be making today. And before you wonder anything or anything like that, yes, I have disabled comments and statistics showing on this video, just for my own mental health reasons. 6 years ago, back when I was first starting out on YouTube, I was still very much figuring out who I was. I was 14 when I started posting videos. And I had a lot sorted out and I had a lot not sorted out. And both of those things are okay. Not just because I was 14, but because I'm human and people take a long time to figure themselves out. And you're never finished. We are constantly growing, and because of that, we are constantly learning about ourselves. And that is a beautiful experience. But sometimes it doesn't feel so beautiful when you're in the middle of it. So 6 years ago, I thought, surely by 2021, when coming out day first falls on a Monday after creating my channel, I'll be ready. I will be ready to talk about it. I will have coming out experiences to post about, and I just don't. Not really. The truth is that the people I've actually come out to, I could count on one hand. Anyone else, it's just because they just know because the information is very easily available, and other people who know because I was outed. Most of the time, it was done by well-meaning people who thought they were being helpful at the time. But the fact of the matter is that I don't have very much experience talking about it. And so I thought that by now I would be better at talking about it, but I'm not. The truth is that even just trying to plan out this video, I had a lot of moments of just dissociating. Like that is the feeling that it evokes, trying to talk about this with actual words other than just having it be a thing that we both know is true. I'm not ready to talk about it. And sometimes I don't know if I'll ever really be ready to talk about it. Not about my own life, not about my own experiences, and that's a really scary thing to realize. Because in what I do, I tell stories and I create things, and even though I can't talk about it through me, I still want to talk about it through my stories and through the things that I make. But there's been this gatekeeping in the community lately where there's like this expectation for creators to come out or not to create stories that are meaningful for them. And I think that's a really shitty ultimatum to give people. I think that no one is required to come out of the closet. Not even for the community. I mean, not everyone is safe to. And I think about like the books that I want to publish and the videos I want to make and the stories I want to tell. And I think about the idea of having to prove that I'm qualified to tell these stories, and that terrifies me because I'm not ready for that. And I don't have to give a reason for that, but I'm going to. I underwent a lot of trauma until I was about 16, and then a little more after that as a trait. A lot of that brought on by family, some of it brought on by non-family, and just a general feeling of not liking myself very much. And so, yeah, it's hard to talk about. It's hard to try and think of myself as being okay with who I am. And that's not something that I want to be dragged out of me in great detail in an interview one day, or by some Twitter user who claims that I like one day when my book is published to be like, ooh, this author only used queer characters as a blah blah blah, and it's fake representation and blah, 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 and they're not even. And you'd think that's ridiculous, except the truth is that I've seen it. I've seen people talk about creators who've been outed with absolutely no empathy of just, well, they were capitalizing off of the community by creating things that involved them. So, yeah, this was going to happen eventually. Why? Can you imagine if because you had your pronouns in your Twitter bio, someone dragged you out in front of your family and was like, well, if you're going to do that, you have to tell your family literally everything right now. Why? Well, what is the point of that? It's the same. No one is required to come out. So, yeah, you know, I know, we are all in a state of knowing, but I'm still not ready to talk about it because it's so much. For the most part, I'm pretty happy in life. I have had a partner for 4.5 years. The best 4.5 years of my life because I haven't really had to think about anything except for the fact that I love them and loving them is easy. Diving into it and unpacking a lifetime of trauma to explain my coming out story or my process of self-discovery, not so easy. So yeah, 6 years ago I was really hoping that I would be ready to make some sort of coming out video today, but I'm not. And whether you're completely out to everybody that you know, or you haven't even come out to a single person online, or you're somewhere in this gray area that is the void of being kind of out and kind of not, I hope that you feel okay when you wake up every morning. And if you don't, then I hope that you know that one day it is going to be okay.